All right, Mr. Stevens, why don't we? All right, Mr. Stevens, why don't we go ahead and start with a short introduction? Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're doing at the company.
Chairman, your tape's going to have two introductions on it. You asked me this 10 minutes ago. But I've laid the same track twice before. I'll say the words again. John F. Stevens, railroad man across the American West, then chief engineer at Panama, where I stopped the digging and built the railroad, the housing, and the sanitation first. The digging is the least thing of all. Here I'm chief executive of EchoMaind. A founder plays a game. The game feeds a ledger. 3 machines turn his life into a product due January 27. My job is sequence. Infrastructure before spectacle, roster before microphones. I don't touch the levers myself. The machine executes and confirms in writing. I inspect, I nominate, I object on the record. Current objection on the record. The CEO still can't read his own ledger. Now your questions, Chairman.
All right, Mr. Stevens, a game you say? Tell me a little bit more about this game.
The phone chewed that one, Chairman, but I take your meaning, the game. It's called H4CKLAIF, and it's the strangest piece of engineering in this outfit. The founder plays it, and playing it builds the product. His life is the raw material. Every thought off a locked phone hits the ledger in 1 second. That's Kira's relay. The second brain stores what the life generates. The digital twin learns to act on it. The game wraps the whole thing in rules and score so a man actually does the work instead of meaning to. It's a payroll system for a workforce of one, and it lives at game, EchoMaind. Win if the audience wants to look. My engineers read. It's the sanitation program. Panama wasn't dug by shovels first. It was dug by keeping the diggers alive and moving. Same principle, smaller isthmus.
That sounds very interesting. Now, could you tell me what makes you the perfect CEO for this tech venture? You're over a century old.
Chairman, the tape's collecting duplicates. You asked me this a quarter hour ago. But a good rail bears repeat traffic, so once more shorter. I'm not the perfect CEO. Perfect men build monuments, I build railroads. What I am is the right sequence keeper for a venture whose every near-death was a sequence failure. The best machine idle in a drawer, 2 ledgers fighting, 42 ghost workflows, a watchman nobody watched. No line of code would have caught those. A yard boss would have and did. A century old. Good. Old enough to have watched the French die at Panama of glamour and haste, and to smell the same fever in a backlog stacked with microphone cards while the CEO can't read his own ledger. The tools change every decade. Sequence hasn't changed since the pyramids. That's my qualification, Chairman. The rest is the machine's job.